Good morning, boys and girls. It's so good to see you again. Here's my friend Penny. Isn't she sweet? She came to join us for art today. So for our art class today, we're going to work on something that we have worked on a little bit in class. So our theme for art this year was Art is Everywhere. And we did so far with our home art class some art in nature. Now we're going to do art in architecture. But we're not going to just do any kind of architecture. We are going to do homes. So I'm going to read you a book first. This is called Home by Carson Ellis. So I'm going to read you this book first, okay? This is a home in the country. Or a home is an apartment. Do any of my friends live in apartments? I used to live in an apartment. Some homes are boats. Some homes are wigwams. Some are palaces, like princesses. Or underground layers. You know what a layer is? It's a home. Or shoes. Does anybody know that poem? There was an old lady who lived in a shoe. French people live in French homes. Atlanteans make their homes underwater. That would be hard to breathe underwater, I would think. And some folks live on the road. Clean homes, messy homes, tall homes, short homes. My home is messy. But whose home is this? I wonder who would live in a house like that at the top of a mountain. And what about this? Who would live in a teacup? Maybe a gnome or a fairy? Who in the world lives here? And why? They look like they live in a big bubble. Their house is in a bubble. This is the home of a Scandinavian duchess. And this is a home of a Kenyan blacksmith. This is the home of a Japanese businessman. And this is the home of a Norse god. A Norse god is like a Viking god, kind of like Thor. He is a Viking god. A babushka lives here. And a Moonian lives here. I wonder if there's somebody that actually lives on the moon. A raccoon lives here. Probably in a tree, right? And an artist lives here. This is my home, and this is me. Where is your home? Where are you? The end. So, with our art and architecture, I would like for you guys to build a home. It can be any home. It can look like your home. Or it could be one like we got inspired at school and we had a puppy house and a garden house and a rainbow house. We had so many different buildings that we were making at art class. I want to see what you can make. Now I have 3 ideas for you to do. And you can do them like how Mrs. Lewin did, or you can make anything you want. Now you know Mrs. Lewin, she tends to go big, but you don't have to do it as big as Mrs. Lewin. I want you to make a home and tell me who would live in that home, okay? Now, I want you guys to have your moms and dads take pictures of your artwork, and I want you to send it to Mrs. Lewin. You can also post it on our Facebook, but make sure you send it to Mrs. Lewin too so she can make a collage of all of our artwork so you can look at everybody's artwork all at once, okay? All right, let me show you my 3 examples. Okay, now remember, these are just ideas. So for my first idea, we thought you could make a fun sculpture out of toothpicks. Now remember, these toothpicks, they are sharp. They have pointy ends. So make sure if you decide to do this project, you're not poking any moms or dads or little brothers and sisters. And marshmallows. Everybody loves to eat marshmallows. They are delicious. If you have them at home, then you can do this project. If not, you can skip ahead to the next project. But I'm going to just show you a couple of tips when it comes to making a marshmallow structure. So first, what I suggest is doing triangle shapes as opposed to the square shapes. You can connect a square shape to a triangle shape to make a pyramid if you want to. But it is really a little bit more sturdy if you do a triangle shape. So if you see here, I have my triangle shape. It's not really going anywhere. It's pretty strong. So I'm going to show you now how a square shape doesn't really hold up as well. So if I'm using my square shape and I were to make cubes out of this, which means I have squares on 6 different sides, all connected together, they aren't as structurally sound. So they kind of, see how they wiggle back and forth? They don't stay very square for you. So you could put some a cross down the middle so that it goes through the middle of the square, and that helps a little bit, but it isn't the best sturdiest. So I would suggest making them out of triangles. Now I'm going to show you here a couple of different shapes that you can make. So we have these 4 different shapes. You can make the cube, which is in the bottom corner that I talked about earlier. But like I said, they aren't the most sound. So here's one that my daughter made for me, and she made a bridge. She made it out of a ton of them. This is a spider web made out of black toothpicks. And this one I thought was really cool. I saw this online, and that one was a really cool structure. Next, I have, similar to what we did in class, you can use just a box. You can use any size box that you want. You can use a little box that has a little tops folded over like I do. You can cut holes in the sides for doors or windows like we did for the ones at school. So here are some examples that you can do. I want you to make sure you decorate them. You can paint them if you want to. You can put anything you want on them. Here are some papers that you could put on it to make like shingles on your roof. You could put sprinkles and pom-poms, anything you want. You can even decorate the inside of your box so it's kind of like a dollhouse. Here's one that you have that's very simple. It doesn't have a lot of decoration, but it's very easy to make. So you could do that with your moms and dads. This is kind of like ours will look like with all the things that we made at school. Finally, if you have a big box at home, you could make a big box fort. How fun would that be? All right, last but not least, I have these supplies to make my next building. I have here some sheets, a whole bunch of different kinds. My daughter has hearts on her bed. Aren't they cute? Then I also have some clips. You can use like clothespins. I just happen to have these at home. They kind of squeeze. They're nice. They hold things really nice. Now, some of your moms and dads might even have some of these little hooks, these command hooks. I may or may not use that. Then I have some safety pins. And you don't have to use them, but you could. And then I have some string. So what do you think that I could possibly make with this? Here's an example of one thing you can make. It's a fort. This is made with blankets from Elizabeth's room. Penny likes to hang out in there. She made this with our couch and some of our dining room chairs. Very easy to make, and all she needed were some sheets. Now, are you ready to see what Mrs. Lewin made? artist. I want you to have fun. Show me all the buildings that you can make. I'm really excited to see them, okay? Oh, here comes Penny to say hi. Hi, Penny. All right, guys, have a great week. Mwah! Mrs. Lewin misses you. I'll see you tomorrow for music. Bye. Say bye, Penny.